Welcome everybody to another installation of Special Report. I'm TruePowerIsMine. Just got off the phone with Mark from Anaheim. I want to cite the source on all this. Going to share a lot of information with you guys right now. Some very mind-blowing stuff to show you that not only have we been basically lied to, but it's been facilitated right in front of our faces all of this time. And I will be going to websites so that you all will get the general sense of what I'm trying to talk about here. Okay, so without ado, let's jump over here and let's go to wait for it. Let's go to IG Furban. IG Furban. This is the first place on our epic journey that we are going to be going. Okay. Now, some of this we're just going to kind of glance over because I just want to bring you guys up to speed as quickly as possible. All right. But basically, all right, IG Farben was a German chemical and pharmaceutical conglomerate. So I just want to ask you guys right now in the United States of America, who are the biggest lobbyists that are ripping away our rights, buying off our politicians? Do they not come from the pharmaceutical realm? And the other big one, as we all know, is it's not the pharmaceutical, but hold on one second. The biggest lobbyist group in these United States of America, I used to thought was the military or whatnot, but obviously right now my mind's going blank on that. I don't even care about the biggest. I want to talk about this because it's so epically important. All right, let's scroll down here. And I believe this company has also been around like since the 1800s, but basically formed in the 1920s, merger of 6 chemical companies. All right, BASF, Bayer Aspirins, known nowadays, a bunch of other companies, but ultimately the important bit to this, all right, was the discovery of synthetic fuel, meaning that they discovered way back in World War II days, this company, means of manufacturing synthetic gasoline. Why do I say that? Well, think about how much power big oil's had willed over the past 70 years. We had alternatives. All you global warming people, all you climate change folks, all you people who want to put an end to smog, put an end to so-called third world crap hole countries being exploited for natural resources. We could have been off the oil a long time ago. Makes you think, why are we still here? Why are we still pumping gasoline into our cars? All right. And let's scroll down. And this is so you really get a sense of who these people truly are. All right. Hold on. Let's just get a sense of who are we dealing with here when I talk about IG. What is this? Beer or Furban. IG Furban. Just found out about them today. The company had ties in the 1920s to the liberal German People's Party and was accused by the Nazis of being an international capitalistic Jewish company. A decade later, it was a Nazi party donor, and after the Nazi takeover of Germany in 1933, a major government contractor providing, or a major government contractor providing significant materials to the German war effort. And in other words, what they're saying, they provided the Nazis with the means of actually exterminating American soldiers, Allied soldiers, German civilians that were deemed inhuman. That's who they are. There's no getting around it. There's no, we've changed. No, they haven't changed. They went underground for sure. But once again, like I told you in the show that I put out earlier today. There's nothing that we cannot solve if we come together. The problem is we actually have racist people in positions of power. The problem is we have racist people in positions of power. And this is all going to come full circle on this one. Okay? So we have basically oil. All right? There's a movie. It came out, I believe, in 1980. All right? It's called The Formula. The Formula. All right? In fact, let me just pull this up right now. Let me just pull this up. All right. Let me jump over here. George C. Scott, The Formula.
According to Wikipedia, George Campbell Scott was an American stage and film actor, director, and producer.
All right. It didn't catch the formula on it. So I am going to. It was so crazy. When I was talking to Mark on the phone, there was something I tried to look up, but my phone would not let me go to the website claiming I needed. Every other site I was able to go. But this site I wasn't. All right. So for the TV viewers, okay, here's the picture of the formula. I will actually try to find this film, and later on today, or tonight or tomorrow, whatnot, I will actually post the film for those of you who cannot locate this film for whatever reason. I will be making a playlist and all these films, but I don't know if I can post this film actually on my YouTube channel because it is a rated R film. If I do post it, I'll obviously put an age restriction on it. So, obviously minors or children cannot view that particular information. But here's the short of it. This is synthetic fuel production formula invented by Nazis at the end of World War II. Is sought after by some who aims to sell it and by others who wish to destroy it. That's the premise of this film. I've recently come to realize that a lot of the films that I took for granted thought it was just a theatrical production. No, unfortunately, it was much, much more than that. It's actually them laughing in our face. This is how we're going to control you guys. This is how we're going to kill you guys. And we actually sit there and pay good money for this. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep it moving. Okay. The next now this is fuel. Keep this in the back of your mind. We're going to hit everything. This is fuel and drugs. That's IG Furbin. Fuel and drugs. Now we got Tesla Crump elevators. Let's see what they're about. Or Dyson, rather. Dyson elevator and Crump. Yeah. We're going to go there. We're going to go to that asset. I'm shocked. I did this on my phone, but my search engine's coming up on my computer, which I understand Google but it's really cool to see this play out and function. All right, we're going to go to Wikipedia, what they have to say about them, okay? Dyson Crump, a German multinational conglomerate. Once again, another conglomerate in the mix. IG Furbin was a conglomerate. This one is as well. With focus on industrial engineering and steel production. The company based in Duesenberg. Oh, very nice looking city. And essence and divide into 670 subsidiaries worldwide, is one of the world's largest steel producers. Now, why am I bringing up Dyson Crump? Because as we go down further, I'm sure they're going to elaborate during World War II. Yet again, another company manufacturing goods and weapons for the Reich's war effort. That killed some of your grandfathers that's hearing my voice on, if they were American soldiers or heaven forbid, if any of your grandparents were potentially prisoners in the camps in Germany. It was this company, and this is put in perspective. It was this company that probably made the barbed wire that wrapped around your ancestors in confinement. Let's go. I'm going to scroll down and see if they kind of. Oh, here it is, the Third Reich. No, they'll just send us right there to it. So in 1933 to 1945, all right, as dictated by the state four-year plan, production of locomotives. So that Crump made the trains, the trucks, and the ships, and expanded armaments produce. Germanian shipyards is extensive with acquisitions of Deutsche Schiff and something blah 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 large ships. So they also made the ships and submarines. All right. Crump took advantage of foreign laborers, slave laborers, and prisoners of war to compensate for labor shortages. Guys, why is this company still in existence again? Just think about this for 1 second. How many World War II era American companies are gone by the wayside, no longer in existence? Yet this company, which facilitated giving the Nazis the technological means to carry out the final solution, no problem, still in existence. Hey, buddy, it's all good. Is it? Is it really? And look at some of the names that are tied to these folks. Now, let's go back. And this is where I really want to go. I have to go here because this is where we left off on the conversation. I want to see about their assets. What assets is this little humble elevator company? How much do they have? And I want to see. Oh, what? That link's not coming up on here? Hold on. If I have to, I'll send it. Oh, there it is. It's a PDF form. There it is, right there. If I have to, we'll go on Torn. If I, to get around their little cookie blocks or whatever. I just want to see your financial statement. Where is it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay, what's this saying here? I don't know if all that is legible or not legible, but if you guys can see all this. Okay. Now, this is all in the millions, okay? So this is 2017. Oh, millions in euros, absolutely. So fixed assets, it's just nothing right there. Oh, intangible property, plants, and equipment. So it's just a 312 million euro operation. Financial assets, this is a humble little, 21,000 million. So that would be like 2 billion. Or am I tripping? No, I think I'm actually tripping. I think that's more like 21 billion. Shit. 21 billion. I'm telling you, Yellow Vest, some of my Yellow Vest friends in France, instead of going after the government, 21 trillion sitting over here in this little elevator's pocket. That's the reality, guys. $21 trillion. Okay, or $1 billion. Not trillion, but $21 billion. Oh my God. Let's just say. I mean, let's just carry on. So obviously, some of the key participants in the Reich, irregardless of what the Reich's about, they're still in existence. And a lot of our companies aren't. I forgot a listener yesterday sent me a really cool message. What is fascism? That was what they asked me. I think it might have been Kiki. But the reality, hold on 1 second. The reality is what is fascism. I'm going to tell you here. 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got another piece of paper in the back. I got to grab it. Oh, I took some notes. Yes, as usual, guys. This is unscripted. Totally live. Literally got off with Mark like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago and thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is too important. Before I carry on with the rest of my day, I have to share this with my listeners, okay? So, we just went over the oil and the drugs, all right? And don't forget, those Nazi soldiers had what? Anhydrous, basically crystal meth. Don't you see where a lot of our social ills are coming from, guys? Anyhow, the oil and drugs were handled by IG Farben. The tanks, the guns, the barbed wire for concentration camps, that was all handled by Thyssen's elevators, all right, or Thyssen Crump, Thyssen Crump, all right. That's the four sides of the swastika: oil, steel, drugs, and what else did Crump do? Hold on. Oh, I got so much racing. I wasn't even thinking about doing this today. I was something totally different, but they had steel. Anyhow, irrelevant. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to go. There's just so much information I have to give out to you guys. Okay, so we know now about, remember when Mark was telling us about General Patton. You know, General Patton, not even buried on this nation's soil. He's buried in Europe. Trump wouldn't even go by and see his grave. You know, he had the black tankers, the Black Panthers, that told the world about the concentration camps and what's going on. So they couldn't shut that up, couldn't keep that hidden. The thing about it is we got to understand, you know how the Jews came over, you know, their name was Briggenstein or Briggenberg, and then they changed it to Wilson or Smith. A lot of these Nazis did the exact same thing. They changed their names, but they never changed the heart. I know this is for a lot of you guys, this is all fake. This can't be real. Okay? But it is. You do realize that over 80% of all the elevators in this country is manufactured or put together by this company right here. These folks are so rich they don't have to advertise. They have buildings with no markings on because these people don't need you. Got to understand this. And the farther we go down this lane here, we got to understand that we need more unity amongst ourselves. All right. Now let's talk real quick once again about IG Farben, which is really obviously the big one. They had Kodak, Bayer, aspirin, and Monsanto all underneath their conglomerate umbrella. All right. Once again, let's look at Kodak. We're going to break this down. Kodak WW2. All right. Now, a lot of you may know about this, but a lot more don't. And I want to share this with those who don't know. Okay. New information recently uncovered at the National Archives reveals the subsidiaries of Eastman Kodak Company traded with Nazi Germany long after America had entered the war. In other words, they were using their photography skills to help, probably I would assume, the map makers, people making maps for attack plans and whatnot, were utilizing their technology. All right. And they're not alone. A number of U.S. firms have been identified previously as having been involved with Nazi regimes. Why did the Bush family get in trouble with the government? Prescott Bush, daddy, doing some deals. All right. Haven't been involved with the Nazi regime. Most recently, IBM was cited. Now, once again, this article, and I'm citing it, it comes from, I don't know the website. TheNation.com by John S. Friedman, March 8th, 2001. Now, this is coming from 2001, almost 20 years ago. All right. IBM, those funky little number tattoos, that was an IBM machine that tattooed those numbers on the survivors' arms. All right. So, what am I saying this ultimately, guys? Hold on. Is that for a long time, for damn near 70 years, there's been artificial fuel available, probably more advanced, all kinds of engineering, and all this stuff has been suppressed on purpose. All right. And not only that, IG Farben is a company that keeps on giving. The little drug, or not drug, but the pesticide that they spray, mathilon to kill off mosquitoes. That's made by IG Farben. Guys, the fix is in. Now, I've always known this. I've never known the angles. I'm starting to figure out, the angles to all of this, because I understand the repercussions of all of this. You see. Hold on. Let's go. And by the way, it has been alleged that the United States government was involved in the death of General Patton. That's all I can say on that right now at this particular moment. It's pretty damn sad. All right. Now, I want you guys to think about this. Every place the United States have waged war has been basically places that enrich these two companies, or these two conglomerates that I've mentioned. All right. And we're going to get hit. We're going right into it. Bayer aspirins. All right. It wasn't called Bayer back in the day, but they were the ones who formulated what? Heroin. Well, what country in the world produces the most poppies anywhere? And that would be Afghanistan. Now, don't you see why after 9/11, instead of attacking, or not attacking, rather, until we figure out who did what, we went right into Afghanistan? Because let's break down 9/11 just super fast. I'm not talking about the inside job crap. None of that. No. I'm talking the reality. 19 guys jump on a plane and blow and crash this buildings, right? What would happen if 19 Americans jumped on a boat and did some terrorist type activity in another country? Would that, even if they brought down their main building, all right? Well, even if they brought down that, would we have the right, or would that country had the right really to attack all of us from the actions of just 19 people? Just from that point alone. That's what I want you guys to understand. Just from that point alone. 19 guys assaulted this, and they did it in a heinous way. But does that really give us rights to attack a whole country and take over their resources and divvy it out to companies for them to make a profit? That's all I want to say. Because I'm all about liberation. If the United States government came up with some idea about, all right, you know what, we're going to do away with our racist ass past. We're really going to do people right. And guess what? We're going to stop propping up all these little warlords and all that. We're going to go around the world and we're going to truly liberate each country. Every country we liberate, it will become a territory, and we guarantee within 10 years it will become an actual state and participate in the American process of government. And we would just go from country to country to country. If you don't willingly join us, we'll blow you up, take you over, free the people, give them, a Trump box, give them some medical and all that, and just keep on rolling with it. Logically, that almost makes sense. But the reason why that'll never play out, because the true hidden hand, they don't want that type of government for all people. They only want the type of government for their people. Point blank, simple. All right, let's come over here. Now we're going to jump just a little bit. This right here, and this, and I do want all you guys to Google this one. This blew me away. Let me. Oh man, I can't even believe this. I don't even want to say this too much. Slaves still in Mississippi. I want to cite this for the record. This is coming from people.com. It was released March 26, 2007. Last slaves of Mississippi. I'm going to read you an excerpt from it, okay, guys? I really wish I was writing down all these websites, so I would definitely put them down in the descriptions for people to further research. Hello? Something might be up in my audio. Audio seems a little whack. I don't know. Whatever. Carry on. All right. Hold on. Let me go down here. By the 1940s, according to records in the National Archives, only rare cases of long-term patronage survivals, mostly in rural areas and small towns that placed the family wall, who said they lived in drifty shacks with grass-filled pallets for bed on white-owned lands until 1961, amongst a tiny minority. Do you hear what they're saying, guys? With your hearts and minds. Do you hear what the man's saying in this article? We're not talking about 1861. 100 years after slavery, people are still in chains, straight up. Mostly out of fear, but also out of shame. Mae Miller says she never breathed a word of her family history, not even to her own children, until 2001. So you guys go on with all this highfalutin and talking crazy stuff. This stuff is very much real. And for all we know, there still is some poor soul out there, and some backlot. Well, nowadays we call them sex slaves. But if the guy's not doing that to you, he's making you pick cotton, sweep up floors, or whatever else. This world is truly debased, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. The last slaves of Mississippi. Look that up. Google that. It's by Bob Meadows. Peoples.com. That's where it's archived at. And see what's really going on. See all these lies and stuff. Okay? Let me that's damn. And then I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about the natives people, how they've been thrown from land to land, situation to situation. No, you can't have this, but you can have this. You can have that one. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, the thing with this, all right, this is why hating people ain't where it's at. This is why hating people ain't where it's at. Before I talk about the I just handed a piece of paper to my daughter. I found another piece of paper. And I want to talk about this company. The big threes. Everything's always in threes, ain't it? Here's another big company. SACI. No. SAIC. All right. This is the Space Application International Corporation. All right. Well, what are they? Well, these are the guys who are putting together a space force. Right now, you know that we have our own space force now. Don't know the logo of the next branch of the military. But these people apparently are already ahead of the curve. Okay. So SAIC is an American company headquartered in Reston, Virginia. Reston, Virginia. Didn't somebody, wasn't there a little incident where somebody from that town went over there and did some play with weaponry? I don't want to try to get my shite banned or nothing. But the history of SAIC was created in 1969 by J. Robert Baster. Then on September 27, 2013, it spun off a $4 billion unit, which retained its name, while the parent companies changed its name to Leidos, following the split. All right. So basically, what's happening here is that, well, I was just reading, is that we have people operating in space that does not have your best interest. And by the way, they're doing this to fight the enemies in space. The enemies in space, like who is the enemy in space? Is it ET? Is it China? Is it Russia? Who are these enemies? I'll research this further because once again, I'm not going to lie to you. I literally found this out today. All right. Oh shit! I didn't even see all these comments. My bad, guys. What's up, Nick? What's up, War? What's up, guys? I'm going to catch up on some of these comments real quick. Yes, actually, I have tried to reach Neely Fueler to get him on the show, but due to contractual obligations, he's unable to participate on the show. But I do try to talk to him as often as possible, and that's all I can say on that. Everything from the news are all yes, ancient code. They got time of day is counted. Third temples are. Sorry about the background. Okay, guys, let's try to work together. All right. So what I'm saying here. Oh, this is great. Here, use that side. Write me a picture on that side, please. All righty. Now, the thing. Okay, baby. The thing here. The thing is, guys. The thing is this. We can sit here and keep our heads in the sand as if all this isn't. Yes, it is a game and it is a pattern, Nick. We can sit here and act like we don't know about these things. Now, this afternoon, I was literally talking to John Lear about some other things, all right? But I really wish we would have been talking about this stuff. Because I know he knows about the Science Application International Corporation. I know he knows about all this stuff. The real stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Talking about Kandahar Giant and other things are cool. But I like to kind of talk about some things that are right here down on earth that's truly affecting us as well. And that's my bad. Next time I get these folks on the show, I will be asking them questions about this. And we will be getting answers. All right. So saying that, get this other page here. Now, oh man, I can go on with this IG Furban. I'm telling you, man, that company has affected more of us. I mean, just think about the Monsanto element of that company. Seriously, just think about it. What's in your bloodstream right now, War? Nick? Everyone else who can hear me? What's in your bloodstream right now if you ate any food really prepared in your kitchen over the past 20 years? I'm going to tell you what's in your food, what's in your body. Teflon. Teflon. And who do you think made that? Where do you think that technology came from? Well, the death is with us no matter what. What's up, Cobra? Now, that's in 97% of the world, not just United States, but the world's population. You always wonder, why do these companies allow for their products to come out and it's a little tangy? Is it really just bad engineering? No, it's not bad engineering. These people are engineering death on purpose. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These people are engineering death on purpose. There's a big club out here, guys, to quote George Carlin, and you ain't a part of it. Neither am I. And the way they're doing it, all right, we already discussed. We already had a way to get off of oil. That means that all these people that have died in the Gulf Wars essentially might not have had to die if we would have been using synthetic fuel. Not to mention all the landscapers and home farmers that's going to die because of exposure to Roundup products from Monsanto's. Not to mention all the little kids and little babies that are going to die, be injured when they roll out the 5G. Who do you think's putting that together again? And why? If we do not get our collective heads out of the sand, then we might as well just go ahead and pop in a cyanide pill and just get it over with quick. Instead of dying slowly in agony of cancer or leukemia or Parkinson's or lupus or any of those degenerative diseases, diabetes, hypertension. Now, this is where I like to interject some spiritual elements to it. Do you guys think there's a difference between dying in your bed, surrounded by your loved one of so-called natural causes and peace, or dying in some sort of hospital with who, if you do have family able to come out and see you, strapped to some machine, dripping in God knows what, and that's that. Look, it's okay. Come here. Let me see that. Come over here and let me see that. They want us all to. Well, they don't. They just want us all to die. Whether we kill each other is irrelevant because we don't kill each other. They have ways of killing us. Come here. Come here. Let me see the pencil. All right, then don't let me see the pencil. Just stop with the yelling. Take those stickers off of her. Get those stickers off her hair, please. Anyhow, so hard doing a show for live studio audience. That's wild and out of control. But we gotta see the method in the madness. All right. Once again, I implore you guys, please look up the movie The Formula, starring George C. Scott. All right. And now that I've come to think of it, George C. Scott has been in a number of, I used to believe, subversive film. Like Dr. Lovejoy or whatever. And then you had 7 Days in May, The Formula, Patton, the movie. You know, he always played that role of the guy who's a good patriot, but somehow, some way, the powers that be tries to bend and twist him, but somehow he always comes out of it. You know, thus was the movies of the day. But I want to get back to these people. I want to show you how much these people are worth. The science application. Well, let me see assets. Do the financial statements before it's too late. Before it's too late. Let me see. Here's their. Okay, let's see what they're rolling with. All right, we're gonna pull up their 2017 financial report. Now look at these guys. That's the face. Hi, you're so filthy rich you could buy us all. $4.5 billion. You guys seeing that with a B? You're sitting up here worrying about some. And these are the people getting the tax breaks. There he is. There he is. He's looking up. And let's break this down. I love doing this type of stuff here. Let's break this down. Let's look at. Well, you know they love Trump. They're crooked as hell. Hold on. Let me. Now I can expand this out, I think. Right? Hopefully this side is good. Oh, you guys can't see none of that writing. But I'll read it. Revenue of $4.5 billion for the year, 3% total growth, 1.9% international revenue contractions from the previous, which fell short of our goal to grow. Okay, so they're saying they kind of fell short of the grow, but Jesus Christ, I mean, how much do you need? Now, why do they even have this brother here? Who's this guy? This is, my God, I want to see who this guy is. Dulles Air Force Base. Hold him. I don't know who is he then. He's probably nobody. I mean, not like obviously somebody. I'm talking about as far as the company's concerned. Every human being is somebody. Let me clarify that. I didn't mean to say that. I'm getting more conscious of the words I use. Forgive me. These are employees with military veterans at Way Warrior Surf Camp, Virginia Beach. It's sad. Because I don't look at this like it's supposed to be portrayed to me. I'm looking at the reason why these boys are injured is because of folks like you sending them over to the seas to get messed up on this old funny stuff. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because I know that these boys, these men, they go to that meth station with nothing but love and basically propaganda in their hearts. They just want to serve. Commitment to our people. So let's see what do they do. Continue to build on momentum. Okay. Here we go. Here it is. Here are some breakdowns. The numbers don't lie. Revenues. Yeah, don't forget everything's probably on the billion scale. Dang, man. This is insanity. No, in millions, except for employees per share annual amounts. So we can obviously see an upward trend going. All right, 2015, basically 3.8 billion. 2016, 4.3 billion. And I'm sure probably by now it should be, if these trends are falling, it should be like what, 4.8, maybe 4.6 billion today. Or by the end of this year, it should be like what, 4.9, 4.8 billion. It would be 4.6 in 2018 more than likely. But that's not the point. The point is these guys here have more money than most countries at their beck and call. Okay, so you got 4 billion here, another four with IG Ferdum, another probably two or three with Tessa Crump elevators. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of power. Now we can sit here and talk about, oh, we need to spend with this, spend with that. Please, please, we don't have this. No, we need more than this spending. Hold on, I'm trying to get all this in one frame. Why is that so? Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. All right, now let's go to the real. Oh, man, thank God for notes. There was something else I wanted to really touch on, but I don't know. Now, you guys remember last show, we were talking about the Harlem Hellfighters. Mark broke that down for us. But, so unorganized here. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. I just want to ask you guys a question. And please be honest with me. In your minds and minds, was Obama pro-gun or was he anti-guns? And I want to shut up for a couple minutes, give you guys, the time to type that out. Yes or no? Was Obama pro-gun or was he anti-gun? And I think the truth will shock you. Okay, let's go up here. Yeah, I thought so too. Oh, damn. Hold on. President Obama, gun law, February 19, 2000.
According to Wikipedia, Barack Hussein Obama II is an American attorney and politician who served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017.
Okay, this is what I get for not typing this in. Okay. Gun law 2010. There it is, right here. Gun law Obama has signed. Now, this is something that President Bush wouldn't even do. All right. Christian Science Monitor is very interested piece, blah, blah. September comparing, blah, 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 to Romney. Okay, explain gun owners' right. One of the pro-gun laws took effect February 10th, 2010, allowing people to carry loaded firearms into the Grand Canyons and other state parks. Do you hear what I'm saying? He's so anti-gun, right? But yeah, he signs a law that allows you to pack a pistol up into the Grand Canyon when you used to couldn't do that. Allows you to go into any national park packing a loaded gun, which you used to could not do that. Not only does he plays on both spectrums, we got to understand, yes, it is politics. You got to give and take. And for all we know, this could have been a part of some sort of, I signed this and you get this passed. Okay, I get that. But if you're a person with convictions, if those children are really, you don't want to see no more mass shootings, we need to take away the guns, blah, 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 then I don't understand. I don't foresee where any type of political maneuvering or political negotiations would allow for him to sign this type of legislation into law. And I also want to research back in 2010, what was the House and Senate breakup? Who was Republicans and who was Democrat? Who was supposed to be anti-gun and who was supposed to be pro-gun? Now, as for me, being a pro-gun kind of person, I should be like, yeah. I'm kind of beside myself on this issue because of what's up, Big? Because of the fact that I was just like you, Nick. I thought old boy was straight anti-gun. That's just what he was. That's what I thought. Just to let you know, the brainwashing is thorough and it is complete. All right. So now that we got that taken care of, let's see, what all did we go over here real quick. Went over IG Fern or Furban, IGFARBEN, German conglomerate, operates in pharmaceuticals and chemicals. Okay. Then we talked about ThyssenKrupp elevators. You know, they're basically 85% of every elevator you stepped on is made by those people. Then we discussed SAIC, what the scientific application, something other. Just Google it. I will put the links to this stuff down. Actually, let me pull up a notepad. I'm serious. I gotta pull up a notepad because if not, somebody's gonna call me. I'm sure I'm gonna get sidetracked, and this will totally go by the wayside, which I don't want it to go by the wayside. So just bear with me for 1 second, folks. I'm gonna pull up a notepad. Oh, everything has to be so hard today. Everything. Let me get a notepad here. Open. Okay. All right. Let me see. Whoa. Oh, current annual cost of inmates. Well, just a little trivia deal. I don't even know why this is in this particular notepad, but the current annual cost of $2,836 per inmate. Ohio minimum wage is $7.95. Working a standard 40 hours a week for 50 weeks would generate a gross income of $16,536. Our inmates are living better than a free person who is busting their tail to make ends meet. Wow. Corporate brainwashing has succeeded once again, and workers rewarded. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Anyhow, I'm just pulling this up so I can cut and paste all these links. So I'm going to go here and grab this link, cut, Obama law. I know you're like, well, why don't you do this after the video? Once again, if I did this after the video, I would, not going to lie, just wouldn't get done. All right. That's just the reality. SACI or IC. I'm going to put them in. I'm just going to put, and then you guys can do your research from here. I'm just going to put the links that I was using for this particular video. And, once again, you guys can just kind of take it from there. Take it from what you will. I would say trust me, but, guys might as well waste time researching what basically I've already researched. So that's just what it is. I'm cool with it. On a side note, though, I am I'm going to try to get Jane Elliott back on the show. And oh, that's an awesome present. I like it. I told Dad. I.D. Furban. Now, I'm gonna get this up. I'm gonna talk about a couple things that I got to run because there's gonna be a bunch of stuff I'm gonna have to research tonight. Okay, and then the last one is actually this is gonna be two of them. I'm gonna put the assets. And once again, all you got to do is add assets behind the name. I won't do that. And you guys can search it, and those PDF files will pop up for you. All right? I'm just going to have these 4 on the site. So once again, guys, please start looking in my, what do you call it? Description bar. These impromptu videos like this, I will start trying to put and links to things that we discuss. Okay, and this is prompt. All right. Bam, bam, bam. Got it. All right. Now, once again, for those of you who have taken the time to watch that video on this channel called From Dictator to Democracy. From dictatorship to democracy. It's an audio book. It's 3 hours and some change long. But that audio book, if you internalize it, you'll come up with plans to deal with what we're dealing with here. You know, hold on, Big Pimp. Think about what you just said. You was talking to Nick. All right, I get it. But we usually have a reason. There have a reason we don't shoot up schools, theaters, Walmart, and malls. And let's be honest, we know the reason why. Because that's an instant death wish. You know good and well. If remember that old boy in Colorado, the Joker, shot up the theater there? If that would have been a brother, he wouldn't be alive today. He would have been executed. You see black folks getting executed all the time. White folks getting executed all the time. Only difference is we don't see the white folks getting executed, which it is what it is. You got to understand, these people are playing on our sensibilities. They truly are. And don't forget, whatever little knowledge you think you got is only coming off of maybe, I don't know, at the most 80 or so years. But these cats are rolling with stuff thousands of years old. Thousands. You know, think about this. When the first Europeans took that little boat trip down there to like southern part of Kemet, Africa, and they saw all these diamonds all over the place. Diamonds all on the beach just laying there. And those black folks didn't care about no diamonds. Diamonds aren't rare. They're very common. So what the European did? Yeah, you can get a couple of them. Take a couple of them. It's like, cool. He went back to England, or not England, but France, whatever, Europe. And he came back and took it all. You got to understand, the people I'm talking about are just like the Europeans in that short story. They're here to take it all. Everything. No prisoners. And the next time the next Führer comes around, he's going to have the benefit of high technology. He's going to have the surveillance grid in already up. He's going to have the trains ready to go. And guess what? They're not going to be the slow trains. They're going to be bullet trains. And they're going to end up taking people to the furnace yet again. Because no matter how smart we get as human beings, we still neglect to stay vigilant about the same old usual suspects and their same old modus of operation. Now, I was talking to Mark today about the government shutdown thing. All right. Hold on one second. Hey, let me call you right back. I'm live on the show. Bye. Listen, guys. They're using the same old modus of operation. You know, I'm throwing this out here for one reason and one reason only, so that you can see the mental play. What would happen right now if all the haters of the world stop hating and start loving? Just that simple. Just that. All the haters of the world stop hating and start. What would happen? I think we all know. Some of them may be harder to visualize than others, but peace would happen. What's everyone searching for? We search for peace. We search for tranquility, a place to lay our bones. That's what most people normally search for. We're fast approaching a time where there will not be a place to rest. Unless you take the doggone chip You're not going to be buying nothing. You're not going to eat nothing. All right. And for those of you who do not think that food boxes is not a reality, or Trump's father was a drag down, peace don't exist in the well. Kind of almost right about that, unfortunately, because the right state of mind doesn't exist in these United States of America. Trump's food box. Now, you want to talk about GMO? You want to talk about people with dietary needs? Now I'm not saying this to be hyperbolic or funny, all right? But let's just say, uh, for argument's sakes, you was a low income Jew, but you're truly pious with your religion. You're truly pious with the eating requirements of that religion. How are you going to stay kosher out of this guy's box? We already saw what he does with the athletes. Come on, buddy. Come on here and get some cholesterol and GMO burger. Hey, get some of that cyanide pizza over there while you're at it. Peace don't help the system. No, it doesn't. Peace doesn't make money. You're right, Big Pimpin'. It doesn't. And because you two brothers are able to say that sincerely, you guys ain't writing up jokes. This ain't a joke. You're being doggone serious. And this is the sad situation we are collectively in. We know for a fact that we are being lied to. We know for a fact we're being manipulated, and we know for a fact we've been deceived. These are facts. These are not speculations. Yet we still are unable to come together for a condom referendum to alleviate this. Now, this is a 1-minute video here. Let's look at the food. Let's look at the food. That's what the boxes are. Now, I don't know. Is that a box or a TV dinner?
Donald Trump lunch meals before? Donald Trump lunch meals.
Now I heard a lot of these meals are loaded with sugar, salt, and pork. These girls just tore my flashlight apart. And what are you guys doing with my flashlight?
Good. Care package.
All right, put it back together, guys. Our pets wouldn't eat that. You know that. Look at it. Just look at it. For middle class and working class folks to look down on people who have to get this. Oh, well, they should just work. Work is not the answer. Money's not the answer. Clarity of purpose, sobriety of mind, that's the answer. Because without clarity of purpose, without sober mind, you are a big fat nothing. Nothing. You're not going to achieve nothing. The drugs are there to allow you to cope with. I hate to say this because everybody knows I drink alcohol. Whoop-de-doo. But drugs are here to, even though you're in a bad situation, you get drunk, you can deal with it. You get high, you can deal with it. You get buzzed, oh, it's okay. It's there to soothe the beast. Because if more of us was like Aaron Russo, run out to our house, run out to your door, open that thing up and yell, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. If we would start doing that and actually following through on it, a lot of this would not happen. Like I said, man, if we just took one day, maybe April 1st of this year, and every worker in this country that's tired of the crap, tired of the games, we all just strike. I mean, everybody, keep your kids home from school that day. Keep them home. Have a real family day with them. Go out back, get you some wood, make some hot dogs and barbecue. Take a national day of rest to let the rich people know that we are still united. Oh, just think if the bus company stopped working. Just think about it. Everybody be hip to it except for the wealthy, right? We'll all be hip to it. They'll wake up on April 1st, talk about April Fool's mother. Beep. There you go in your face. We don't have to be willing to die, my friend. We have to be willing to live. That's the victory. Death is not a victory. Martyrship, I can show you statue after statues of martyrs. Doesn't matter. What matters is who survives the conflict to ensure the young people don't repeat these same things that got us here to begin with. A lot of the things that we are having a problem in America, the United States of America, it's a family problem, unfortunately. It's a family problem. Why do you say it's a family problem? Because not all the slaves in the field were fathered by other slaves. Not all the slaves, obviously, in the house weren't fathered by other slaves. Not all the slaves came from Africa. There were copper-colored people here. In fact, let's just say it like this. Hold on. When Columbus sailed the world, all right, he thought he found India. Now, if you look at India, all right, those people are highly melanated, especially on the eastern coast or the eastern coastline from their point of view, but from our point of view, since India is kind of west of here, the United States, but that'd be their coastline. Give me that. What is this? Oh, I need that flashlight. You guys are tearing it up. We're gonna need it one day. Now listen. If you thought that you landed in India, if you ever saw a traditional picture of what a Native American looks like versus what an Indian looked like back in the day, you wouldn't confuse the two. And the only reason why we don't be putting it together like that now is because we have some of the most wackest people in power, horribly whack, that enjoys deceiving us. It's like that's their birthright. But you guys know it only makes sense. And the real issue is, that Senator, Elizabeth Warren, you know how she's claiming to be a Native American, but she's really not? What if we find out the Native Americans that you think are Native Americans aren't truly the real Native Americans either? It's like they throw this up in our face. It's always a gag. It's always a doublespeak. Now, I'm not sitting here suggesting that people on the reservations were not Native peoples and their people haven't been here. But let's even look at the whole damn concept of Native or immigrant. Last time I checked, science books say we all come from Africa, right? So in other words, riddle me this. If the European was in the caves eating grubs and raw animals and painting on walls and with blood and fecal material or whatever, and the people of Africa, especially in the Zimbabwe area, where we find the ancient remnants of a super advanced society, or the people in Egypt, or the people I want you to get, while the folks were in Egypt building pyramids, the folks in Asia, what were they doing? Don't forget the Chinese been around. I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day, man, and he's like, man, when you take up all the events in so-called world history, they don't add up. The timeline doesn't add up right. How can the dude just bust out of a cave and all suddenly start making cathedrals? Whereas the people who were making things lined up with heavenly bodies, if you was to go there today, you'd think the script was flipped. You'd think that civilization actually came out of Europe instead of coming out of Africa, if you didn't know no better. Why is that? because people have spent millions upon billions of dollars to ensure our perceptions like that, so you won't fight. So you'll sit there and be like, well, it's a prophecy that this is supposed to happen, or no, well, they've just always been like this is the way it is. No, we're just too powerless, we don't have. That's why, because once you're defeated in the mind, you're defeated, period. At that point, don't have to do nothing to you. You will police yourself and others like you to ensure that they stay in line. Now, don't you see why, black folks are so quick to attack other black folks? Don't you see why oppressed people are so quick to attack other oppressed people? It's the mind trick. The mind trick. And they've been playing this game on us. So, before I go here real quick, this is a really quick special report. I just want to say this at the very end so that, we all stay on this. Please research Last Slave in Mississippi. Please research, or please look up the movie, The Formula, starring George C. Scott. Please look up the company, SAIC. Please look up the company, Thyssen Crump Elevators. And please look up the company, IG Furbin. IG Furbin. Please look up all that. All the families have a blessed day. Yes, and peace. And before I leave, guys, as always, live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. And let's try to be nicer to each other. Peace.